Come with me as we explore how the brain shapes your behaviors, creating routines that feel automatic and effortless. Habits influence almost everything we do, from what we eat to how we spend our time. But here's the question. Why do some habits stick while others vanish? And how can you harness this knowledge to your advantage? Stay with me because the key to building lasting habits is often hidden in the wiring of your own brain. Habits are the automatic behaviors we perform almost without thinking. Brushing your teeth in the morning, checking your phone notifications, or brewing that first cup of coffee. These are all habits. What makes them so powerful is that they are triggered by cues in our environment, often without conscious thought. Researchers estimate that 40 to 50% of our daily actions are habitual. This means that almost half of what we do each day is guided not by conscious decisions, but by neural pathways that have been reinforced over time. Understanding habits is crucial because they quietly shape our health, productivity, and overall well-being. While we form habits naturally, not all of them serve us well. Bad habits, like procrastinating, overeating, or mindlessly scrolling social media, can be surprisingly stubborn. The reason lies in how our brains are wired. Negative habits are reinforced by strong cues, immediate rewards, and emotional associations. For example, after a stressful day, the simple act of grabbing a snack or opening social media can trigger a dopamine release, a chemical signal that our brain interprets as rewarding. Over time, the brain learns to seek this reward whenever the cue or emotion appears. Stress, fatigue, and emotional states make us even more likely to fall into these patterns. The brain is constantly seeking efficiency and quick rewards, which explains why it's easier to repeat old behaviors than to adopt new, healthier ones. Think about a habit you struggle with. Can you identify the emotional trigger behind it? If you can, drop a comment below and share your experience. You might discover that others are experiencing the same challenges. To understand habits, we need to look at the brain itself. Two key regions play a central role. The basal ganglia, which stores routines and automates behaviors. Once a habit is established, the basal ganglia allows it to run in the background, freeing up mental energy for other tasks. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for conscious decision-making and self-control. This part of the brain is heavily involved when learning a new habit or trying to resist an old one. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, reinforces habitual behavior. When we anticipate or receive a reward, dopamine spikes, making the behavior more likely to repeat. Repetition strengthens neural pathways, a process often summarized as neurons that fire together, wire together. Over time, these pathways make behaviors automatic, which is why habits can be difficult to change, but also why building new ones is possible. Charles Duhigg's model, known as the habit loop, offers a practical framework to understand this process. Cue, the trigger that starts the habit. This could be a time of day, an emotional state, or a location. Routine, the behavior itself, which can be physical, mental, or emotional. Reward, the positive outcome that reinforces the behavior. For instance, imagine you want to start exercising. Your cue could be placing your workout clothes by the bed, cue, going for a jog, routine, and the feeling of accomplishment or endorphin release afterward, reward. Over time, this loop becomes automatic, and you no longer have to rely solely on willpower to get moving. Understanding this loop is essential, but there's more to building lasting habits than just knowing the mechanics. Stay with me, because next we'll explore science-backed strategies to build positive habits and reshape your routines effectively. Now that we understand why habits form, let's look at how to leverage this knowledge to create positive change. Identify cues and rewards. Map out your current habits, both good and bad, by identifying what triggers them and what reward they provide. Awareness is the first step towards control. Start small. Tiny habits are easier to maintain. Instead of committing to an hour of exercise, start with 5 minutes. Small wins build momentum and reinforce neural pathways over time. Environment design make good habits easier and bad habits harder. Place healthy snacks at eye level and move the chips to the back of the pantry. Create visual cues for desired behaviors. Habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, after brushing your teeth in the morning, write one thing you're grateful for. This leverages existing neural routines to build new ones. Track progress and celebrate wins. Even small successes provide dopamine reinforcement, helping your brain associate the new routine with reward. Consistency is more important than intensity. Over weeks and months, these small, intentional actions accumulate, gradually rewiring the brain toward behaviors that align with your goals. Habits are tools, not constraints. They shape behavior, not identity. Understanding how they form empowers you to take control of your routines and make intentional choices. Mistakes or missed days are not failures. They are feedback. The brain learns through repetition and adjustment. Each attempt strengthens your awareness and gradually reshapes your habits. With knowledge of neuroscience, psychology, and practical strategies, you can transform your daily routines, improve productivity, and enhance your well-being one habit at a time. What habit have you successfully formed, and what strategies helped you stick with it? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe to HavenErve for calm, motivational, and science-backed insights into psychology, neuroscience, and human behavior every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.